Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Arnadia Show. Today, a review of The Batman, the new Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson and directed by Matt Reeves. This story starts with Batman already fighting crime in the city of Gotham for 2 years, but when a sadistic murderer by the name of the Riddler starts murdering key political figures in Gotham, Batman must investigate the corrupt past of Gotham, and he must also investigate his own family's history and its involvement in the city's rampant crime. I'm going to say this from the beginning at the top. I love this movie. Now, I think this movie does a lot of things right that a lot of previous Batman movies didn't do right. And first and foremost, that is getting the character of Batman correct. I will be honest and state that most Batman movies, I have always thought that the most underdeveloped portion of those movies are Batman and Bruce Wayne. For many of the movies, save for possibly some parts of the Dark Knight trilogy and the original Michael Keaton Batman, Bruce Wayne and Batman were very much not in keeping in tone with what Batman and Bruce Wayne was in the comic books. Not in this one. Matt Reeves does his absolute best to truly lift Batman as the character from the comic books and place it into this movie. This movie is a dark noir thriller that also has elements of horror of David Fincher's Seven, with Riddler taking on the role of a sadistic serial killer and challenges Batman to solve the riddle to save the city. From the acting to the directing of this movie, everything was handled with care. This movie was finely tuned. Albeit a little long, it definitely satisfies my itch for a cohesive story and a well-paced film. It is fun, but it is also thought-provoking and dark in many instances. The one thing that I'll say about the darkness of this movie is that it does have very overarching dark themes, but it doesn't bend to them. It doesn't stay in a world that is darkness. Within the character of Batman himself, there is light and hope in a way that we haven't seen in a lot of Batman films. Yes, this film is dark and dreary, but within the character of Batman, you do see light, and the reason I believe most people still love Batman today. I'm going to say this at the top, and I know that it's going to be a little bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear what I'm about to say, just pause for a few seconds. This is very much the beginning of a Batman career. This is very much the start of Batman's growth as a hero. And in this movie, he doesn't always get things right. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I love this movie. It treats Batman as a human being. And instead of giving him all the pieces to the puzzles and giving him all the intellect in the world to solve the crime and solve the mystery, he fumbles. But he fumbles and he learns. And the script is written to where the audience can follow it from end to beginning. There's definitely some pacing issues. This movie is almost 3 hours long, but in every moment, I was captivated and I was able to follow the story. There are also moments of levity throughout the movie. Like I said, this is dark, but it's not the darkest Batman movie we've ever seen. And there is light moments throughout it. Notably, Colin Farrell as the Penguin is almost completely unrecognizable, and he is also very much the comic relief of this movie. He is fun, conniving, and evil. Zoe Kravitz delivers a stellar performance as Selina Kyle, Catwoman. Her character is not just there for filler, and there are moments in the story where she actually becomes Batman's eyes and ears. And also the chemistry between Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz is palpable and fun. The tete-a-tete they have is not only engrossing, but entertaining to watch. Zoe Kravitz is great. Robert Pattinson is great. His Batman is far more interested in making sure that his family's legacy is intact by helping the city in as many ways as possible than any other Batman I've seen on screen. Gotham is a character in this movie. And you can tell that Bruce Wayne and Batman love the city and want to protect the city. The city of Gotham is truly a mix of gothic noir and metropolis combined together. The production used parts of Chicago and London to put together a Gotham that felt and that lives within the gothic noir pages of the comic books. The character of Gotham is coming off of the screen in every moment of this movie. Matt Reeves delivers a spectacular thriller, and he puts together incredible performances from all of the people involved. Paul Dano is incredible as a thrilling, menacing Riddler. His performance is subtle but conniving, and scary as it is perplexing. Jeffrey Wright, probably one of the best James Gordons I've ever seen. He goes toe-to-toe with Batman, and he also partners with Batman. They feel like true partners fighting for the same cause. There is also a camaraderie between Gordon and Batman that I haven't felt in any of the movies, but I felt it here and I feel it in the comic book. Andy Serkis as Alfred also steals the screen every time he is on. He simultaneously feels like he could go toe-to-toe with Batman and Bruce Wayne while also having a relationship that feels endearing and appropriate for the kind of warred relationship that they have. The production design is incredible. The sound design is enthralling. Michael Giacchino's score is incredible. It harkens back to Danny Elfman, but has a beautiful alternative and modern feel. It's a new thing, albeit not as memorable as some other Batman scores. It is appropriate and new enough that it is fun and adds multitudes to every scene that it is included in. The Batman is fun, long, but definitely delivers the promise of a genuine Batman film that feels like the comics, with a Batman and Bruce Wayne that feel like the true detectives that they are. I give the Batman a 5. I give the Batman a 4.5. Almost perfect. If it was cut short, maybe it would have been absolutely masterful. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Arnie Diaz. Please like, comment, subscribe. I am available on all social media platforms under Arnie Diaz 89. Thank you so much. Coming up, I will be doing a movie review of the Anthony Bourdain documentary that just came out. Thank you again for listening and watching.